Welcome to today's broadcast of Carroll High School Athletics. This is CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. Now, here are your Carroll Chargers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Austin Fox for CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. I'm alongside my good friend and cohort, Nathan Weaver, tonight, getting set to bring you tonight's broadcast between your Carroll Lady Charger softball team as they prepare to take on the Lady Knights of Norwell. We're at the Dinar Gorsuch Athletic Center, and compared to yesterday when the Chargers won a 9-3 decision over the Bishop Luers Lady Knights, in which Molly Collins hit a inside the park home run. Tonight, it's a beautiful day. The wind's blowing out over into right, and the sun is out. It's just going to be a great game all the way around overall. And we're getting ready to bring you the starting lineups for today. The starting lineup for the Norwell Knights, they're going to have number 13, Maddie Stringer, playing in the leadoff position over at second. Number 10, Cheyenne Harris. She is playing over at third and batting second. Batting third will be number 16, Alyssa Haney, and she is going to be playing over at first. Playing behind the plate tonight, and number 7 will be Jory Wall. The right fielder, number 1, batting fifth, will be Kendall Beckstein, and batting seventh tonight and playing in left field will be number 5, Tiffany Williams. Batting eighth and playing in center field will be number 19, Morgan Chilton, and rounding out the batting order is the shortstop, number 22, Heather Sterrett. And for your Carroll Chargers, leading off and playing in center field, number 6, Emily Catanzarite. Playing over in right field tonight and batting second, number 18, Casey Kirk. Playing over in her longtime spot at first base, number 3, Molly Collins. Playing at shortstop tonight, number 10, Ashley Unger in cleanup. Over behind the plate tonight will be number 8, Danny Snyderwine, and Kristen Johnson, the senior, number 9, will be on the mound today for your Chargers. Batting seventh and playing over at third, the pitcher who got the win last night, number 4, Maddie Rumschisel. And playing over in left field, number 17, Brianne Hand, and rounding out the batting order and over at second, number 5, Alexis Badiak. Those are your starting lineups for your Carroll Chargers, and we are just about ready to get set to be underway. And we'll be back in just a moment with the first pitch.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
And we're back getting ready for the very first pitch. We're just about underway on a gorgeous day, Nathan.
Just a beautiful day out here. I'm surprised they canceled the boys baseball game today, but at the moment it's just a perfect day for baseball, and I'm excited for today's game.
Oh, absolutely. And again, one thing you talked about quickly about how the boys game got canceled, and some of that is due to the field conditions. Despite it being a nice sunny day outside with a wind blowing hard into the right, making this somewhat breezy today, the field conditions still aren't as good as maybe you'd like. You can still look out and see various mud patches out in the outfield, and we'll see how it affects. But the Chargers have their ace and senior Kristen Johnson, and she'll step in to lead off against number 13, Stringer. Again, she's playing over at second, and she'll take the first pitch of the game and foul it down the third baseline, so we're underway. And the second pitch on the way from Kristen Johnson is a ball. The quick records for both teams, Norwell coming in at a 3-3 record. The Chargers getting their first one of the season last night. Here's the pitch. It's a swing and a miss off a pitch that goes over Snyderwine's head and the backstop. And the Chargers are 1-5 when they get their first win against the Bishop Bluers, and hopefully they can get something started and get a win.
My only win was last night, like you said, here at home. They're 2-5 actually. They have a 2-5 record.
Okay, so they got their second win last night, and so hopefully they can get it going. You'll get on a little streak, as it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Stringer here. As Kristen Johnson gets set. And there's a line drive base hit in the left. And that was a sharp line drive indeed for Stringer, and she will get a leadoff base hit.
Looks like the main problem for the Chargers during this year, they have an 0-3 record away from home, and then they have a 2-2 record at home. So, so far struggling a little bit this season, but hopefully they can start to turn around.
Absolutely. As stepping into the plate now for the Norwell Knights will be number 10, Harris. She playing over at third tonight. And the pitch, and it is a fake bunt, but a steal by Maddie Stringer is going to be successful. The throw from Snyderwine just a little too high for the shortstop to handle, and so Maddie Stringer with a 1-0 count on Alyssa Haney gets to second. First pitch on the way is called a strike, so now it's 1-1 on Haney. Again with, that's Harris who is at the plate. And that's Cheyenne Harris, and that is Alyssa Haney on deck, and another pitch on the way, and it is another line drive right out into the left base hit, and so the Chargers in some early trouble. Against the Knights here, runners on the corners, first and third, still nobody out. Coming in again, Harris. She is playing over at first base tonight, and Kristen Johnson needs to try and settle down and get some outs. Pitch on the way, and it is a fly ball into deep center field, and this one is going to hit the wall. That will score one, and it is only a single for as far as Haney hit that one all the way deep into right center field, bouncing off the 210-foot wall, and that's where it landed. Great hustle
hit there by Stewart.
Absolutely, but great hustle by the center fielder for the Chargers, getting over there and limit that to a single. 1 run will score. Now there's runners on first and second, and we get a pitch that is popped up, playable, and dropped by Danny Snyderwine. Again, Wall at the plate.
Could have been Joey out there.
Yeah, Joey Wall is at the plate right now, and she hit a pop fly that was playable for Snyderwine, but it looked like she might have lost it in the shadow because it landed right between the dugout where the dugout's shadow ends, and might have lost it a little bit, but it is 0-1. Here's the pitch inside, and boy, how about the early struggles from Kristen Johnson.
Having a little bit of trouble, but it's only the first inning, so hopefully, she starts getting her momentum back and hopefully gets Carroll back in position to get some runs on here. So.
And the third pitch on the way, way too high, and so it is now 2-1 on Wall, and the Chargers need to get something going here. Look at as the next pitch coming on the way, that's also outside, so now, that's called a strike. So it is now 2-2 on Wall. But Jory Wall has had 14 at-bats this season and has had 7 hits. So she is batting .500, and she'll hit a deep fly ball that is just going to get over the head of the Chargers center fielder. That will score. No, that is only going to score 1, and now the bases are loaded.
Now is when the trouble starts to come, because we have another runner in scoring position, and the bases are loaded now. So now with there's no outs, Carroll's in a little bit of a pickle here.
A big pickle indeed, as they are in a jam right now with 3 runners on, still nobody out, and already trailing 2-0 here early on. As Kristen Johnson trying to settle down and get something going here on the pitcher-wise. That one's way inside. It is now 2-0. As Beckstein at the plate. Kendall Beckstein has had 15 at-bats and 4 hits, and she'll have that one fouled down the third base line, so it'll now be 2-1 on Kendall Beckstein. She's number 1 tonight. And she's playing over in right field, and the Chargers haven't even been up to bat, and they're already in a lot of trouble as Beckstein fouls that one away again. If the Chargers can just get out of this inning, maybe create some momentum.
I think Kendall Beckstein here is just attempting to hit a ball down the left field line because she's attempted to do it twice in a row and maybe unsuccessful so far. But there's a ball thrown right over to second base, right back to home. There's an out.
Yeah, no, they're gonna call her safe. They're gonna say that I don't know if Danny Snyderwine did not have her feet on the bag or she had bobbled it.
The ball was hit over down the shortstop Ashley Unger and thrown back over to home plate, and looked like it was an out, but maybe her foot wasn't on the plate. Or
boy, that is shocking because it looked like Snyderwine was on the plate, that it was going to be a sure out, and then the umpire whistles no. It is not, and so it's really almost a fielder's choice single there to score a run, and that is Kendall Beckstein's first RBI of the season. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. So now coming up to the plate will be number 8, Kayla Haney. She has had 5 hits on 15 at-bats, batting an even .333 this season. It's 1-0.
And we have bases loaded. Here's the pitch, pop fly, down to center field. Caught. Ball thrown right back over the pitcher. Now we have bases still loaded, but there's another out. There's the first out.
Well, great job, great catch by the center fielder that time for the Chargers, coming over, making the catch, and then making sure the runner on third does not go home. And that was really critical right there for the Chargers, getting the first out, not giving up a run in the process, trailing 2-0. As we get a fly ball fouled out of play. So quickly 0-1 on Kayla Haney, who is at the plate. Tiffany Williams on deck. And number 19, Morgan Chilton, in the hole. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be a ball low as Snyderwine having trouble hanging on to these pitches.
Not that the Chargers are down 2-0. They really need to get something going here and hopefully get on base here.
Again, it's only early in the inning, but there's a sharp ground ball, long throw over to first in time. They do not try and go for the double play, so that fielder's choice is going to score the third Norwell Knights run. And that is an RBI to bring up number 19, Morgan Chilton, and Tiffany Williams picking up her 4th RBI of the season, even though she was thrown out at first. Unger makes a good play to get her out and not let any more runners get on base than there needs be, as there's a pitch outside, now 1-0. Again, the Norwell Knights 3-3 this season, but so far they have somewhat manhandled the softball team of the Chargers. Here's the pitch. There's a ball. And the way it's going, it could be a short outing for Kristen Johnson if she does not settle down in the upcoming second inning.
And Chilton already this year has 1 RBI, so hopefully she can add some more on here when she has runners on second and third with 2 outs. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Morgan Chilton, again, she's been about 16 times this season, but only 3 hits. So here's the pitch from Johnson. That's a swing and a miss, 2-2. Good pitch by Johnson, getting the swing and miss. The Chargers offense is going to need to get some runs in the bottom first and try and keep up with Norwell. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a little low. It was close, but that'll bring up the payoff pitch.
A little bit of facts here. For Norwell, Maddie Stringer has the Highest batting average for him, it's 522.
Again, 23 at bats, 7 at hits, and we got a swing and a miss. So the Knights will add 3 runs as the first inning comes to a close. This is Austin Fox and Nathan Weaver for CSB on the Worldwide Leader in Charger Sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Welcome back, everybody, to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Again, I'm Nathan Weaver, and I'm alongside my good friend Austin Fox. As your Chargers are down 0-3 to Norwell and struggling a little bit in that first inning. So this, now that they're at bat, coming up to that first is number 6.
Emily Catanzarite.
Emily Catanzarite. Weird last name there, but
quickly foul that one away, and the opposing pitcher tonight for the Norwell Knights, she's out there wearing some pink sunglasses. It's number 8,
Kayla Hanning.
Kayla Hanning.
And a little bit of facts for Emily here. She has 17 at-bats. She has 5 runs, 6 hits, and 2 RBIs this far in the season.
Well, quickly she gets ahead in the count 3-1. So nice to maybe start off with something. A leadoff walk, get something going in the right direction.
Here's the pitch. Ball thrown right outside.
Oh, they're going to call that a strike right on the outside corner. Good pitch from Hanning.
Questionable call, though. It looked like it was a little kind of a strike zone there. It didn't look like it quite hit down there. But there's a pop fly down to center field.
Playable and caught again. That was a good, nice swing that Snyderline put on the ball, but that was just right to the center fielder, and the wind just kind of carried it over there. If there was no wind here tonight, I might bet you that one falls in there for a leadoff double or single, and the wind just kind of gets it over to where it's playable as we got a foul back.
Coming up to bat next is number 18, Casey Kirk, for your Carroll Chargers. And first ball was hit behind for a foul, and now there's an 0-1 strike with 1 out in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Ball smacked right down. Oh! Third base, right out of the glove, and
Chargers get a break on that one.
Ball smacked right over the third baseman, number
10. Cheyenne Harris.
And ball came right to her, and it just dropped out of her glove, and Casey Kirk goes to first, and that looks like it's going to bring up number 3,
Molly Collins. See if she can get something going here. She homered last night on an inside home run, but there's a deep fly ball. This one will be... No, it is dropped right in front of Morgan Chilton, the third baseman. Collins will go in there at second.
And Kirk will advance to third.
And almost attempting to go home, but a nice throw keeps her from advancing. And now the Chargers have runners on second and third.
Just a beautiful hit there by Collins, and coming up to bat next is number 10, Ashley Unger.
Ashley Unger had a monster game last night against Bishop Luers, doubling twice, picking up 3 hits, and if she can get another double here, the Chargers would come very close, but it's a sharp ground ball that gets to the shortstop's legs. That will score both Kirk and Molly Collins, and the Chargers are within 1.
That's just a good job by the Lady Chargers in these last few bats, just getting the ball, hitting the ball right into the outfield. First one hitting the fence, next one going past the legs of the shortstop of Norwell, and now it's a 2-3 game. Here's the ball going to hit, but that's going to be out at first. But a runner will advance to second.
And it looked like number 13, Maddie Stringer, had put the tag over on Ashley Unger as Danny Snyderwine grounds out to first. Bring up Kristen Johnson with a chance for an RBI.
Here's the pitch, pop fly right into the center infield, and now it's been caught. That's going to be the third and final out of the first inning. Your Chargers are down 2-3.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Bring you back to the Dean R. Gorsuch Athletic Center. The Chargers responded with 2 runs in the bottom of the first, and now only trailed by 1. To bring up to the plate, number 22, Heather Sterrett, who's been at bat only 6 times this season, has had 1 hit, and she quickly fouls that one all the way back into the backstop and out of play. Again, she has played in 6 games and has only had 6 at-bats and only has picked up 1 hit. And she is the last batter of the order as the second one on the way is a ball. Now, actually, the umpire's going to call that one a strike. Good pitch right on the outside corner by the knees, 0-2. Here's the pitch. And strike 3 called.
Right down the middle for a good strike.
Nice job by Kristen Johnson, and here comes Maddie Stringer, who doubled in her first at-bat. And Kristen Johnson needs to get through her.
It's hard to believe that Maddie Stringer is only a freshman.
And on deck is Alyssa Haney, who's had 2 home runs, also a freshman, and she'll hit a line drive single down the left field line. And she will be stopped at first base. So good job by the left fielder for the Chargers getting over, making the play on that one, keeping Stringer to only a single as Cheyenne Harris. I keep making the mistake. Alyssa Haney is batting third at Cheyenne Harris, who's batting second. Cheyenne Harris helped start a little bit of a Chargers rally when she dropped a line drive hit by Casey Kirk. And the Chargers ended up scoring 2 runs. Here's the first pitch. As Danny Snyderline was trying to get over to Molly Collins, potentially picking off Maddie Stringer over at first, and went past Collins, and the right fielder able to get it before Stringer can trot on down the second. Here's a pitch. Ooh, swing and a miss. A hard swing.
Looks like Chris Johnson is starting to heat up a little bit in this inning, and having a little bit of trouble in the top of the first, but she's starting to gain her momentum here, and hopefully she can turn around for the Chargers.
That ball is in the dirt, so it is going to keep. Good job by Snyder to keep Stringer from advancing, recovering quickly. What's interesting though about Maddie Stringer, she was coming in here. She had 12 hits and 23 at-bats. 2 of those were walks, so she was batting over 520 coming into this game, and then she's already had 2 hits, batting 100 today. So she has been extremely instrumental in this Norwell's offense success. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. Nice job by Johnson. She's got 2 strikeouts so far this inning, but here comes the big threat, freshman at number 16, Alyssa Haney. She has had 11 hits. She's been walked twice and has been about 22 times. So she's also batting over 500 this season. First pitch on the way is a ball, and Snyderline is quickly getting up out of her crouch and trying to potentially throw out Stringer if she tries to advance. The 1-0. And that's high and dropped by Snyderline.
Accuracy starting to hurt Johnson a little bit. Hopefully she can go back to the first 2 strikes and have a little struggle for those first 2 pitches. But there's a ball hit foul down the left field line.
Yeah, down the third base line, and really just a little dribbler. And I'll tell you what, Maddie Stringer probably could have stole on that second ball that Johnson threw, because Snyderline failed to pick it up, and so the Chargers get a little bit of a break right there. A 2-1. And the umpire makes no move for the strike, so it's now 3-1 on Haney. And it seems as Johnson is really just trying to pitch around Haney. He's already hit 2 home runs this season. In her last at-bat, she hit a deep fly ball and out in the right and nearly knocked it out of her. And that one, awfully close to coming and hitting Haney, and she'll get the free toss down to first. And now I think there might be a substitution in that runner, as Haney was appeared with the manager in her bullpen, but she'll continue trotting on down to first, and that will bring up number 7, Jory Wall. Right, here's Kristen Johnson, first pitch. And that one just missing on the outside corner. So Jory Wall this season, Nathan, has been at bat only 14 times, has had picked up 5 hits, and has been walked an astounding 4 times. So out of 15 at-bats, she's been walked 4 times, and that's not including her first at-bat when she singled. So she's got a great eye at the plate, though, so far. She's quickly up in the count 2-0. That's 3-0, showing the patience at the plate now. The Knights threatening to load the bases again.
With 2 outs, it's a little bit of a better situation than it was in the first inning, but there's strike 1. That's going to be a 3-1 count for Krista Johnson. So with a runner on first and second, the Norwell Knights are attempting to get the bases loaded once again.
Joy Wall also has 5 RBIs this season. It's a sharp grounder picked up by the third baseman, and she did not pick it up in time. Maddie Rimschisel, as she was picking up that ball, it just kept bobbling out of her hands, and she couldn't get over to third in time. Standing about 5 feet away from the third for the final out, could never get a hold of that sharp ground ball by Jory Wall, and she'll single to bring up Kendall Beckstein. There's the pitch, and we got another sharp ground ball. Here's Unger, throw, and they're going to out. Whistle out over at first base.
A close throw over there by Ashley Unger over there to first. So
it was close, but that will do it for the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. The Knights don't score. Back in a moment for CSBN.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Back at the bottom of the second inning for the Chargers, leading off number 4, Maddie Rimschisel. Taking the first pitch inside, it'll be 1-0. And
here's the pitch from number 8 for
the Knights, number 8, Kayla Haney. Ball 2 on Rimschisel.
This pitch to Rimschisel. Ball foul.
And that almost made it into the trash can there behind the Norwell dugout. 2-1 on Maddie Rimschisel. She'll step back in on a gorgeous afternoon here in April.
Here's a pitch from Snyder Wine. Ball hit right over the first base line.
And it just gets over the second baseman's head.
There's a single from Maddie Rimschisel.
And that one, boy, did it just get over. Number 13, Maddie Stringer, the second baseman, was about a step away from making the play on that one.
Coming up to bat next for your Lady Chargers is number 17, Brianna Hand.
Let's see if the Chargers can add. They got a leadoff single from Maddie, and they would like to continue here with Alexis Badiak on deck. First pitch on the way is a ball.
Brianna Hand this season has been 9 at-bats and has 1 run. So, well, it looks like she's been struggling a little bit early in the season, but there's a ball hit right down center field.
Has a chance on! Home run by Brianna Hand. Boy, did she have some power behind that one.
Beautiful hit by Brianna Hand, and here comes out. Her teammates congratulate her.
The Chargers lead 4-3. Boy, did she get a hold of that one. That went deep into center field. The wind looked like it was going to pull it maybe back in, but as it just kept going, it went all the way out of here. Gone, and Brianna Hand has homered.
She gets a home run and an RBI there, and she puts Carroll up in the lead 4-3.
Great job. Here's Alexis Badiak.
Ball thrown to Badiak. A attempt bunt, it looks like. But
well, actually, and it's what Badiak does is what is commonly known in softball as a slap. And that is when you try to hit the ball as you're running out of the batter's box. And that's mainly her strategy when she comes up to the plate, is trying to slap the ball. She does right there, right to the pitcher. And that is the first out.
Actually, Alexis Bega could have made that. That ball was thrown really low over to first, but she held on to it, and there's an out right there. And coming up to bat next is number 6, Emily Catanzarite.
And now the manager for the Chargers coming over and going to have a word with her. Catanzarite at the plate with the Chargers leading 4-3. And again, the Chargers lead now 4-3, and they'd like to continue to add to it. Of course, Casey Kirk and Molly Collins instrumental in at least getting something. It was a sharp ground ball by Catanzarite. Is she gonna be in time? No.
Catanzarite has had 5 runs. She's hit 6 times and has 2 RBIs, but that time unsuccessful, and she brings up Casey Kirk, number 18.
Well, she hit a sharp ground ball, and she was booking it over to first, but a great job by the second baseman with a strong throw. Oh, my goodness, that was a very sharp throw. A sharp hit by Casey Kirk. It bounced off of, again,
looks like it was just a good
Kayla Haney's glove. I mean, that was so sharp. Kayla Haney could not even come close to controlling it, and as she went over to pick it up to try and throw Kirk out, she was not successful as she kind of threw it away. She was going to have it in time if the throw was on target.
Just a smack right there. A really good hit there by Casey Kirk. And coming up to bat next for your Lady Chargers is number 3, Molly Collins.
Well, the first pitch was way outside. I almost think it was intentional.
But they call it a strike, and that's going to be an 0-1 count.
Ooh, that came close to hitting Collins, and that'll bring it 1-1.
So now we have Casey Kirk over at first. We got Collins up to bat. Here's the pitch to her. Ball thrown right outside.
Oh, strike, though. Strike. Boy, that is, I don't know if the umpire looks like he's getting liberal with that outside corner as the catcher is having to lean all the way to the right. I'm either thinking Collins needs to step in a little more or something. As she'll hit a base hit out in the left.
That will give her a single, and it will bring Casey Kirk over to second. So now we have batters on first and second, runners on first and second. Coming up to bat next is number 10, Ashley Unger for your Lady Chargers.
Nice hit by Molly Collins, getting her bat through the zone.
And just Chargers here want to get some more runs after that big homer by Brianna Han. And Ashley Unger coming up to bat now with runners on first and second.
And Ashley Unger was able to get an RBI in her last plate appearance. She'd like to do so again. There's a pitch.
Ball thrown low. Ball 1-0 count.
The Chargers, who have runners on first and second, they lead 4-3. And with that wind slightly blowing out of here, you got a chance to add to it if you can just put the ball into the outfield. Anything that at this point hits the outfield grass, you'd have to think would score a run. Already the offensive firepower has been going tonight.
That was ball 3 to Unger, and that's going to be a 3-0 count. One more will get the bases loaded.
You can load the bases for Danny Snyder.
Here's the ball. Strike 1, 3-1 count right down the middle, and a very good strike there by Norwell.
For the Norwell pitcher, Kayla Han, that was really just a strike because she had to throw one. Uh-oh, here's a ground ball. And the shortstop for the Norwell Knights couldn't hang on to it, and so on an infield single, Unger gets on.
And the bases are loaded now, bringing number 8 for your Lady Chargers, Danny Snyder. She has 19 at-bats this year, 5 hits, 3 doubles, and 3 RBIs.
I'd like to add to that RBI total tonight. Here's the pitch. And she'll hit a fly ball out in the left, but playable for the left fielder. She coming in, can't make the play.
That will score 2 for the Chargers, and a runner will be at first and second now. Chargers lead 6-3 with 2 outs. Coming up to bat next is the pitcher, number 9, Kristen Johnson.
As Kristen Johnson comes up to the plate. What a great hit by Danny Snodderline getting it into play, but the left fielder for the Knights was running in hard. And as she's about ready to make the play, the ball drops. And again, with the muddy field, it looked like she was having trouble regaining her footing at the very last second as the Chargers are going to sub in a pinch runner.
That's going to be number 11 for the Chargers. Samantha Height. Going in as a pitch runner, but now coming up to bat is our pitcher number 9, Kristen Johnson. And Chargers lead 6-3, but even that last hit, it's got to do something with the wind.
Well, with the wind and with the field, because as the hit was a little left to the left fielder, if that makes sense, the left fielder was actually getting that advantage because the wind was blowing the ball to her. But again, going back to the field, because it's so muddy out there, as she was coming up to make the play, it appeared as she started to slip only slightly, and because she slipped just enough, what ended up happening was she was not able to make the play, and the ball kind of dropped right in front of her as she was reaching down to make the catch. And so the Chargers get a break there a little bit, and they're able to score 2 runs on really a hit that looked like it was going to be playable in out number 3, and the Chargers only get 2 runs in that inning.
Here's the pitch to Johnson. Ground ball right past the shortstop. That's going to score 1. Ball thrown right past second base. That's going to put runners in second and third. The Chargers are now ahead 7-3 over the Norwell Knights. What a beautiful hit there by Kristen Johnson, and that will give her an RBI and put Carroll up even more.
And they're going to have a meeting with Kayla Haney at the mound, and what an inning for the Chargers as Maddie Rimschizzle will come to the plate. But, really going back, I mean, how about it? The Chargers really don't have anything going for them. They get the first out, got a runner on base, but really didn't look like much was going to happen. But Breanne Hand ends up homering with 1 out to give them the 4-3 lead. And then the Chargers, have 2 on, and 1 on, and they with 2 outs, and then they keep adding to it. They get another runner on, and then they just get the bases loaded. They score 2 runs off that fly ball, and then an error as that throw from the outfield went right over the second baseman and first baseman's head into the corner. So the Chargers get another run and put runners on second and third for Rimschizzle to drive something home here. But here's a fly ball going to be playable for the left fielder. No. The right fielder is going to watch that one go foul out of play down the right field line. Do it again. Nice hit put on the ball by Rimschizzle, but unable to keep it in play. Had it been in play, it probably would have been caught.
Well, what we've been noticing recently from the Knights is the ball handling here is that there's a little ball hit down the left field line out over at first, but
so ground ball right down the third baseline, picked up by the third baseman to throw out the runner, and now we've got an issue as was it a foul ball? It appears to be the issue right now because nobody's going in. The
ball's maybe kicked.
I really don't know what they could be discussing. The only thing I could be discussing if it was a potential foul ball. If it is a potential foul ball, it'll be runners on second and third, 0-2, do it again. From my vantage point, that was a clear ground ball that was picked up by number 10, Cheyenne Harris, over at third. What they're going to do is they are going to call it a foul ball, do it again.
Well, it looks like Maddie, when she hit it, she hit her ankle instead of the ball. So they're going to call that a foul right there.
All right, so we'll end up doing it again. Chargers get another chance here with Rimschizzle.
With runners on second and third, here's the pitch from Rimschizzle. Down center field, pop fly.
Right to the center fielder, and she makes the catch. Nice catch.
There's the third and final out.
Chilton, and that will do it. We go to the the top of the third, but the Chargers add 5 runs in inning number 2. Kristen Johnson going to try and keep that the same. Back in a moment.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
All right, back to start the top of the third, and Kristen Johnson leading off to number 8, Kayla Haney, and she got shellacked back in the bottom of the second, giving up 5 runs. And the first pitch from Johnson to Haney is a strike. 0-1. Second pitch on the way is high and out, a little outside. So it'll be 1-1 to even the count. And the Norwell Knights, the Lady Knights, will be trying to get something going as Haney able to redeem herself a little bit for that disastrous bottom second of the inning by singling over into left center field. Tiffany Williams now coming up to the plate. Williams will be trying to continue that single, the leadoff single. Kristen Johnson will be trying to deny it. In both previous innings, Kristen Johnson has given up leadoff hits. Both previous innings, she's put at least 2 runners on base with. First inning, she loaded the bases with nobody out and was still able to get out of that with only giving up 3 runs. In the second inning, despite how bad it looked, did not give up any runs. And the entire Charger team would not like to give up any more runs at all. Right here, we got a ground ball. It's a sharp ground ball. We got one at second and not going to be playable at first. So we got a fielder's choice on that one. But nice job by Alexis Badiak throwing to Unger to get out Kayla Haney. Just a little too late to get Tiffany Williams, but again, that does bring up 1 out and leaves only 1 runner on first base as Charlton coming up to the plate. First pitch on the way, it is a strike. Morgan Chilton at the plate. She's playing over in center field today and has done an excellent job. What's interesting is that this Norwell Knights team only has 1 senior, and she is not on the field at this moment. It's now 1-1 on Chilton. And again, going back to what was interesting is Kendra Beckstein, Tiffany Williams, Joy Wall, Maddie Stinger, and Alyssa Haney, all freshmen and all playing key roles as there's a swing and a miss. With 1 out and a 1-2 count, and the next player to come up, Heather Sterritt, the Chargers have a chance to get out of this inning without giving up any runs if they can keep the top of the order from coming up until the 4th.
Ball thrown high there for a ball, 2-2 count now with 1 out.
Chargers also have a chance to go Hand, Badiak, and Catanzarite, so if they can get something going in the bottom of this inning, they might be able to get something going as there's ball 3-3-2 full count.
We have a full count now with the runner on first. Hopefully Kristen Johnson can stop the Knights from getting any more runs. And there's a ground ball thrown over to Ashley Unger, over to second, but not a double play there. We're going to get 1 out.
Oh, another fielder's choice, but Alexis Badiak was no. Oh, and I think they might call interference on one of the Norwell Knights. Then that will cause the inning to be over. So the Chargers don't give up any runs. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Chargers 7, the Knights 3. Back in a moment.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader.
To start at the bottom of the 3rd inning, Chargers leading 7-3 with Brianne Hand, who homered in her last at-bat to lead off.
Hoping to come out with a successful at-bat last time. There's a ball thrown low, ball 1, 1 more count.
And again, that home run could have been due because of the wind slightly blowing out into right. It's blowing forcibly out into right, and looks like it's slightly blowing out.
Pitch thrown high.
Straight away in.
That was pitch thrown high, but he's going to call that ball 2.
That one looked like it was a strike on the inside part of the zone.
It did look like a strike. The umpire's calls are a little questionable today, but there's another ball. That's going to be ball 3. 3-0 count.
Well, I don't think he's going to miss that one. That was way outside. Got catcher for the Knights to get up and out of her stance.
So now with the Chargers leading 7-3. There's ball 4 for bringing in a hand. That will take her over to first and bring up Alexis Badiak.
And you're right, Nathan Badiak to come to the plate, and she was thrown out at first at her last at bat, but now with a runner on first, a chance to move the runner, would certainly like to do so. Here's the pitch. First one called strike.
So now that we have bringing hand over at first, Alexis Badiak has a chance to get a RBI here, maybe even score hand over. So now the score is 7-3. 1 strike. There's a ball thrown.
And
Foul.
oh, ball looked like it went off her foot there, and I think that's why they're going to call the foul.
It's the second time in this game that the ball's been hit off of the hitter. So
it was a good hit by Bediak because it would have gotten hand over on the second and then scoring possession, so it almost been like a sack there. And
there's a pitch. Ball. There's going to be 1 and 2 count there for Bediak, and looks like the coach is wanting Bediak to bunt because the last few attempts she's attempted to, and we want to get hand over to second here. And here's the pitch. Bunt.
And that's a great job.
Great bunt.
And that is going to be a base hit single.
A great bunt there by Bediak.
Alexis Bediak, as she put that one down perfectly, and of course running and able to get over to second before anybody could throw her out was Brianne Hand, and that brings up the start of the order with Emily Catanzarite, who has so far been held hitless. Speaking of the Catanzarite family, her brother played baseball for the Chargers and was very successful in doing so. So there's a short ground ball. And they get the out at third. It was right to Cheyenne Harris, and she was able to just get number 17, Brianne Hand, and it's 18, Casey Kirk, coming up to the plate.
So with runners on first and second, Casey Kirk's had a pretty decent game today. So here's the pitch to her. Ball smacked down, but foul over on the left field line.
Just got her bat around there a little too quick, but it was a nice swing. Would have ended up being a base hit single, probably scoring Bediak. Hopefully she can come back and get another nice single here with the 0-1 count against her. Chargers looking to add to the 4-run lead. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Boy, she went after that one like she was going for the fences.
So with the 0-2 count now, here's the next pitch to Casey Kirk. Ball 1 and 2 count.
That was just a little outside there, so nice eye by Casey Kirk, and you would, on an 0-2 count and a pitch that was that close to the corner, you'd be more inclined to go after it. As she'll hit a fly ball that is caught, and it's a double play. The first baseman for the Knights made the catch and then quickly tagged out Emily Catanzarite to end the inning. Chargers do not score. We go to the top of the fourth with Heather Sturrett to lead off. Back in over, this is Austin Funks. And
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
And so we're back. And batting is number 22, Heather Sterrett, to lead off after they ended up the double play into the top of the third after a runner interference. Her first pitch glancing off of the glove of the Charger catcher, Danny Snyderwine. Quickly 1-0 on Sterrett. Sterrett this season certainly hasn't led her team in any categories, as the second pitch on the way is high, 2-0. So far in 3 straight innings, Kristen Johnson has allowed a leadoff hit. First inning was a double. The second and third, they were singles. A swing and a miss by Sterrett. Sterrett was unsuccessful in getting anything in her first at bat. She'll try to look for the base hit here against Johnson. Johnson would like to start this inning off on the right foot. Here's the pitch. Outside, 3-1.
No, Chargers are ahead 7-3, hoping to get this half inning done quick here so they can get at bat again.
Oh my goodness, you have got to be kidding me. There's a ground ball right to Kristen Johnson, and as she tossed it over to Molly Collins, the catch was so easy. Molly Collins dropped it and couldn't recover it in time, and reaching on an air, Heather Sterrett bringing up Molly Stringer. So the Maddie Stingerins now. The Chargers again give up a leadoff hit. Not any fault of Kristen Johnson. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball, but is it going to be playable? Yes! What a catch. Left fielder for the Chargers coming over to make the play. Nicely done.
A good.
First pitch to Cheyenne Harris, who is now at the plate from Kristen Johnson, is called a strike. It's 0-1. The Chargers left fielder today coming in.
Beautiful pitch there by Kristen Johnson as she gets a strike right down the middle. As now we have a runner on first, and number 10 Maddie Stinger with a 0-2 count here.
Actually, that's Cheyenne Harris who is at the plate, and she finally goes down without a hit in this game, now 2 of 3. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cheyenne Harris. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball coming in. Casey Kirk can't make the play, and she just stumbles as she came in charging hard, couldn't quite make the play. Again, the left fielder for the Chargers, number 17, Brianne Hand. Was able to make the catch on the get out Maddie Stringer for the first time today. Now bringing up Alyssa Haney with already 1 home run hit, and Alyssa having 2 home runs so far this season in only 6 games. There's the potential she'll get one tonight. It's 1-0.
Seems like every Johnson's had a little bit of trouble every inning. She's gotten bases loaded pretty much almost every inning, but gotten herself out so far, and hopefully she can get herself out of this one.
2 balls, no strikes on Haney, and on deck is Jory Wall for the Knights with only 1 out, and runners on first and second. Ooh, that was far inside. Nice job by Snyderwine to make sure that one did not escape into the backstop and put runners on second and third with only 1 out for Haney. Chargers nursing a 4-run lead at the moment, but Norwell continues to threaten in just about every inning. Here's the pitch. So that will walk Haney and bring up Jory Wall. The bases are loaded for the second time today, and still the move has not been made by Donetta Bentley to start up any kind of action. Maddie Remshizzle would be I would believe, the first choice to relieve Johnson, even though she pitched last night. Here's the pitch. We got a fly ball. That's going to get into the gap. Playable. The catch is made. And the runner will get home. And now, because nobody was able to make the cutoff after the ball got away from Johnson, that will bring in, puts runners on second and third instead of just first and second. And so it's a sac fly for Joey Wall, and another nice catch by the outfielder there for the Chargers. And it's now 7-4.
It was a nice attempt throwing it back over back to home plate, but it just got out of her hands a little bit, and the accuracy failed a little bit there. She couldn't get it right back over back home and get the out.
Kendall Beckstein coming to the plate, number 1, looking to drive home an RBI with 2 runners on. She gets a ground ball. Badiak's got it to throw in time. And only 1 run is given up by the Chargers that inning. Great job by Badiak. She had originally started into her right towards first base, but quickly shifted, able to get it and get out. Get out Beckstein. That will take us to the top of the 5th inning. The bottom of the 4th inning. Chargers lead 7-4.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
We're back, starting the bottom of the 4th inning. Molly Collins will lead off, and she's had a pretty productive game so far. Would like to continue that trend at this at-bat. First pitch, not even close. That one rolls right by the catcher, Jory Wall, to bring up a 1-0 count on Molly Collins. Well, Nathan, what you got to admit has been a really gorgeous day. Looking over into the parking lot out over there, see some of the baseball team practicing. As they're practicing, as they did not. This is junior varsity practicing, as the varsity did have a game tonight. It's 1-1 on Collins. That one inside, 2-1.
Well, the baseball field is a little bit damaged at the moment. A little too much water on the field, and it just wasn't ready to play tonight. So the softball was, and we're bringing you a very good game today.
As it is now foul after Molly Collins hit a a high fly ball, and it just landed foul. Also, number 18 is Casey Kirk warming up in the bullpen. So there's a potential that we might have a substitution, and now Jody Bentley, the third base coach for the Lady Chargers, coming over to talk with the umpire on what he thought was a fair ball.
Third base coach here. I have a feeling that she has to check the player out.
Oh, actually, they're going to talk about getting the player who's protecting the people warming up in the bullpen a glove, making sure that if that ever happens again, she can adequately make the catch and prevent any injury. 2-2 count, and there's a foul ball by Collins. Nice job just getting that one to stay alive. And we'll do it again. But we talk about the damaged field over there, Nathan. Got water sitting in there, talking to one of the baseball players for the Chargers. As they begin to change the scoreboard around, there is wonder they should not add a new drainage system.
Well, there's a lot of damage over in right field and over in the shortstop position as we look over at the field. So there's the problems there, and yeah, hopefully they can get something fixed over there. So
hopefully that will be fixed by tomorrow, because the JV does have a doubleheader scheduled, as it's now 2-2 on Collins after she fouled another pitch away. And they're going to call strike 3 just on the outside corner.
Swung at that a little too
Well,
far.
no, she did not get through the zone off that swing. She wasn't even close. They're going to call that one on the outside corner to bring up number 10, Ashley Unger. And that's a little bit of a disappointment for the Chargers, and the Knights get a break.
I'll tell you, this umpire, he's had really close calls, but it doesn't seem like anybody's complaining too much. He's done a pretty good job today, but all his calls seem like they've been really close. And so
there's a foul ball back out of play. And looking at that, I did not think that was a strike. I thought that was a little outside. And so, he's kind of changed his strike zone at times, especially against Molly Collins.
Well, it was a little high. That ball was a little high, too, so I don't know, it was a little questionable call, but there's a ball hit down right field line, and Unger is tagged out.
At first, again, just a nice little roller for the first baseman to handle. Easy 2 out, and now to bring up ribbon number 8 for the Chargers is number 8, Danny Snyderwine. She would like to maybe start something here with 2 outs. She got an RBI in her last AB. But she's facing a hole 2-0 outside. It's 1-0. With 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss again. Well, the Norwell Knights starting to look forward to their next at bat. They will start with Kayla Haney, the pitcher, to lead off. Again, will Casey Kirk or Kristen Johnson be out on the mound? That's the question. As it's now 2-1 on Snyderwine. Wind has eased up only slightly, as that one fouled back out of play. The American flag that signals which way the wind is blowing is now blowing not as hard as it was before, making the about 55, 60 degree weather.
It was a little chilly.
A little chilly, yeah. You look at the head umpire right now, is still wearing gloves out there. And speaking of umpires, the umpire that last night was behind the plate is now down the first base line, as there's ball 3, 3-2. Payoff pitch coming. With the Chargers 1, 9-3 over the Knights.
Chargers not seeming to get anything going here in this inning, but
well, Danny Snyderwine gets a 2-out walk to bring up number 9, Kristen Johnson. And now already a substitution. Number 11, Samantha Height, coming in to run.
So the score remains 7-4. Johnson has done a really good job tonight, starting over there a pitcher, and she's a senior this year. She's done a pretty good job. She got a single earlier, and I believe she got an RBI.
First pitch on the way is a ball. It's, well, I'd call it a strike. That one looked like it was going to be a little inside, a little low. Again, the umpire a little late on his calls. You can't really tell his outside ball. He gets up and then calls it about 3 seconds after the pitch has been thrown. And that's a little confusing for us up here in the booth, whether or not it's a strike or a ball. Here's the pitch. Foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Chargers do have a runner, and it is a pinch runner in Samantha Hikes. So at some point, I think the Chargers are trying to get a hit and run going. That's what it appears. As it goes high on Johnson.
Surprised that wasn't called a strike with that. It's kind of pretty much, it was almost right into the strike zone, but the umpire sees it another way.
Umpire does, so it's 2 outs, and here's a fly ball. This one, the center fielder coming over. And Morgan Eckert has been playing Morgan Chilton has been playing extremely well out there in the outfield as she makes a running catch to end inning number 5. We go to the top, inning number 4, we go to the top of the 5th. It's Austin Fox and Nathan Weaver for CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Lahani to lead off for the Norwell Knights, top of the 5th inning. Chargers leading by 3. Trying to pull the record to 3-5. Fouls the first one away. So Kristen Johnson still out there on the mound as Casey Kirk was warming up in the bullpen. But she will retake her spot over out in right field. 0-1 on a gorgeous spring day here in late April.
The weather's starting to get a lot nicer after the continuous rainy days here in Fort Wayne, but hopefully it starts to get a lot sunnier and a lot warmer.
Absolutely. All right, so with the 1-1, the pitch, that's a little outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Hanny. She'll step back in. And again, that's a little high. 3-1 so far, and again, we could be seeing for the 5th straight time a leadoff runner. Here's a pitch from Johnson, and it's the case. Ball 4.
And again, Johnson's not having the most outstanding day, but she's getting the job done so far as the Chargers are ahead 7-4.
Well, thanks to that big second inning when they added 5 runs, they haven't gotten anything since then. But again, at some point, we talked about the umpire strike zone as they're going to come out and talk to Jordan Trump potentially changing pitchers. We'll see if they make a move. As Jody Bentley goes over to talk, but again, with the umpire seeming to have at times no strike zone at all, as he's called several things that seem to be strikes balls, or some balls that seem to be strikes balls, and I mean, really, it's been confusing. So we're going to talk to Jordan Trump on the mound, and we're going to see what happens here. Excuse me, Kristen Johnson. My mistake, as I made the mistake of referring our pitcher to Jordan Trump, who at this point is injured in the season. She is a pitcher, but she is on reserve. So after the brief meeting at the mound with Johnson stepping back in, first pitch strike, 1-1.
Beautiful strike there thrown to Williams, the freshman.
Yeah, and talk about all the freshmen that are on this team.
We only have 1 senior, and that's Rachel Lind, and a couple of juniors, but a lot of freshmen on this varsity team.
5 freshmen are on the roster and are playing. Again, all 5 freshmen. Kendall Beckstein, Tiffany Williams, Jory Wall, Maddie Stinger, and Alyssa Haney.
You know, to think about it, I mean, even though they have this many freshmen on that team, they have a 3-3 record this year, which isn't too bad for how young of a team they are.
And as well, you also have to understand they've been playing pretty well tonight as far as hitting. They got a 3-run first inning going, and they haven't stopped. Morgan Chilton over in center field. It's a line drive. Caught by Unger. Double play.
What a beautiful play by the Lady Chargers to get 2 outs. Not 1, but 2.
A
And
line drive right to Unger, and she throws a dart to Molly Collins, who's covering first, and that is out number 2. Double play. Great job. Unger deserves all the credit for that one. As Kayla Haney was a little off base that time as Morgan Chilton to come in, takes the first pitch strike. Boy, how about that break the Chargers get? Kristen Johnson gets the line out.
7-4 Carroll.
Second pitch high, 1-1. Bottom of 5th inning coming up. The Chargers will have Maddie Rimschisel to lead off with hand on deck. Badiak, the 3rd batter, in the hole. Here's the pitch. There's a ball low. And that would look like it was going to be a strike. But umpire calls this ball. It's 2-1.
Morgan Chilton struggling a little bit today for the Knights.
Well, she struggles at the plate, but she has been an outstanding outfielder. She has caught several fly balls on the run over there in center, and has really done a nice job catching several potential base hits for the Chargers and turning them into outs, and thus she is getting the start today in center field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2s across the board as she'll foul that one away, do it again. And despite the weather being about 65 degrees, still see some fans out there with their coats and gloves on. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 looking. And Kristen Johnson gets the strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Knights don't score. Chargers 7. Knights 4. Back in a moment for CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Bottom of the 5th. Here we go. Chargers, if they can get... I'll have to get 7 more runs to end this game early, but trying to get some more runs and hopefully hold on for their second victory in 2 days. First pitch on the way to Rimschisel. It's going to be outside 1-0, and then she'll take the next one. A fly ball right to Chilton, deep, and she'll make the catch. And what a hit that Rimschisel put on that one, but it just got caught up there and got stuck. Easy catch.
And again, Chilton doing a very good job down over center field, like you said earlier. And she gets the first out of the bottom of the 5th. So coming up to bat next is Brian Hand.
And Hand takes a pitch inside. No, a strike. Strike 1. That was just on the inside part of the plate. I don't know. That one just catching. 1 strike now on Hand. As Hand fouls that one off her foot. 0-2. The Chargers have not scored since the 2nd inning. It would be nice to see them get some bats going here. Maybe add a few more runs, give themselves some insurance, only leading by 3. Here's a sharp ground ball base hit. Getting through, number 22, Heather Sterrett, playing over and short.
That will be Brianne's second hit today. The first one being a homer, second one she walked and reached all the way to third before getting tagged out, and that one giving herself a single. And next up to bat is number 5, Alexis Badiak.
Alexis Badiak, 1 of 2 tonight, would like to go 2 of 3. Can she do it? That's the question. First pitch on the way outside. No, called a strike. I don't know if the umpire said Badiak got her back to the zone, if that's the reason why it's being called a strike. Either way, it is strike 1. That seems a little awkward to me because the ball didn't look anywhere close. Here's the pitch. And that's not a bad one, as it will advance Hand over to second and bring up Emily Catanzarite to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on second. All right, so Emily Catanzaro coming to the plate with a chance for an RBI, taking the first pitch as a ball. It's 1-0 with 2 outs. And see if she can get something going here. Here's a sharp hit right to the pitcher, and no play will be made. That is now the second time today. The first one to do it was Casey Kirk, who's gotten on base in some unconventional ways. First one off a drop by the third baseman. The second one right off the pitcher, Kayla Haney. And that time, Catanzaro going to do the same thing. Really hit it right up and off the glove of Kayla Haney. Here's the pitch. Oh, not a good one. Not a good one. And that's going to be a force out, as I'm not really sure what Catanzaro was thinking. She did not go on the hit as she thought it was going to be caught, but she forgot there were 2 outs. And that will do it for the 5th inning. We go to the top of the 6th. Chargers trying to hang on for the win.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
So with Kayla Haney still on the mound, we are back with CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Again, I'm Nathan Weaver, along with sometimes goofy, but he's a good friend, Austin Fox. And Chargers are ahead now 7-5, as Norwell Knights got a run in that last inning, and they're only down by 2 now. And coming up to bat for the Chargers is number 3, Molly Collins. She's a senior this year. Bats left and throws left. She's been playing over in center field today.
Chargers lead by 2. They would love to give themselves more insurance. 2-0 on Collins. As, again, the Chargers were going to lead by 3 until the defense could not make a play with 2 outs and nobody on. They end up putting 3 more on, and that pitch high, 3-0.
So now that we have 3 balls in a row, it's a 3-0 count, and hopefully ball will come out lucky to Collins. There's a ball. It's going to call strike, a low ball.
That was right by the knees of Collins. And again, I have not seen anybody warm up for the Knights at this point. And that's ball 4.
Yeah, and giving up 7 runs today. Haney, I'm not surprised if they take her out soon. She's starting to lose some momentum here, but the Chargers now coming up with Ashley Unger.
I think the real reason why they don't want to take her out is right now the only other pitcher they have listed on
there's a pop fly over the right field, dropped, and Ashley Unger will get a single, and that will bring Collins over to second.
Well, nice job by Ashley Unger to get that base hit, as I was telling you why they are not going to bring in an extra pitcher. Tiffany Williams is the freshman pitcher, and she's the only other pitcher listed on the chart I have before me, which lists the positions of each and every single player. And again, with Williams only being a freshman and Haney being a junior, as there's a fly ball, but that's playable for Chilton. She'll make the catch.
They're going to steal. Collins going to steal over to third, and she gets safely over there, and Unger gets safely back over to second.
Well, yeah, she went back to first and then took off to second there, and now runners on second and third with only 1 out. Huge chance for number 1, as we do have a substitution. Autumn Zonker coming in the bat for Danny Snyderwine.
That's her first at-bat today, so we'll see what she can do for the Chargers. They lead 7-5 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Strike 1.
And again, going back to finish what I was saying, Tiffany Williams only being a freshman, I don't know how much they are willing to bring in a freshman in a tight spot like this.
So here's the pitch. Low ball 1-1 count with runners on second and third. Autumn Zonker coming in again to bat for the first time today, hoping to get something done for the Lady Chargers. Here's the pitch. Ball 2-1 count.
Well, it was almost so far inside, it almost hits Zonker. Again, she's subbing in for Danny Snyderwine. 2-1.
So here's the pitch from Haney. A ball right over to Haney. A runner will score. Safe.
Nice job. That one barely got in front of the plate there. And as Kayla Haney came over to throw to it to Joy Hayes, Hayes did not even make a tag. Easy call, and now we've got what apparently is another substitution. Or no, they're not going to make another substitution.
That ball by Autumn Zonker, I mean, didn't go very far, but it was effective, and Carroll scored again, and she was out.
It was a substitution. Ashley Lewis coming in for Kristen Johnson.
So first at battling. So we're going to try to see what Ashley Lewis can get done for the Chargers here. As we have runners on first and third, so we have a runner in scoring position, and that's Collins over at third.
No, that's not Collins.
Oh, Collins, excuse me.
Ashley Unger.
Ashley Unger. Collins scored earlier.
Well, now we've got a little bit of delay going on, but we're set.
And here's
Haney's pitch.
Here's a pitch to Lewis. Ball thrown high, ball 1-0 count. So now that we have a runner in scoring position, Carroll getting someone home, and now they're up by 3, 8-5. Here's the pitch. A ball thrown right down center field, single, and that will score Unger and put Zonker over at second.
Ooh, that was close because it was a force over at second. Zonker makes that one just barely. And nice little lazy looper out over into center field. Nobody really had a play on that one. Good swing by Ashley Lewis.
That'll give her an RBI, and is the first ball to hand for a ball. 1-0 count now with runners on first and second.
Chargers give themselves a 4-0 lead heading into the top of the seventh for sure. It's huge.
Strike. There's strike one to Hand, a 1-1 count. Hand over to get that homer. Have a little bit of trouble after that first homer, and now looks like strike. Strike two, 1-2 count.
Oh, great pitch on the inside half of the plate there by number 8, Haney. So 1-2 with one out, and still a runner on second. The Chargers can add more runs.
That's going to be ball 2 for Haney to Hand, and that's going to be a 2-2 count now with one out. With the Chargers ahead 9-5 at the moment. They're starting to take this lead and trying to get a win here today, and may get a better record here. They're 2-5 so far in the season, hoping to get another win.
So Hand stays alive just by following that one off. And again, Alexis Bediak still on deck. Emily Catanza right in the hole if they choose not to sub her. And there's a high fly ball, playable. And no, they're going to whistle her safe.
That was a little bit of a...
They might have called the infield fly rule. I don't think they invoked it though, so I would have thought that Zonker was out at first.
They're just going to keep over at second. Now coming up to bat is number 5, Alexis Bediak. Here's the pitch to her. Looks like she was attempting to bunt once again.
Oh, that's they're going to call a strike, and I don't even know how that was called a strike. It was way on the outside part of the plate. She's batting left. I mean, that was easily off the plate from what we can see up here. And again, there's another strike.
Come on now.
I think what the umpire might be saying is that because she's getting out of the batter's box, she, in essence, has taken her bat through the zone and has swung it. I don't understand that reasoning. She'll just get a piece of that one and foul it away.
Looks like she's trying to bunt to get a runner.
It's called a slap, Nathan. A slap.
Excuse me.
As Nathan being introduced to the terminology of softball here tonight.
I am in etymology, so I should know this.
All right. Oh, great job.
Oh, would have been a wonderful bunt there slap there for Alexis Bediak, but right before it touched third base, it went out for a foul. And now we have the 0-2 count remains, and runners on first and second.
Runners on first and second, and the Chargers with 2 outs did add 2 more runs, so that's the key.
Whoa! Wonderful bunt there for Alexis Bediak, and now we'll put a runner in scoring position.
Bases loaded for Emily Catanza right as Haney, the pitcher for the Knights again misplaying yet another ball that was hit right to her.
We have another substitution. Samantha Hike's going to come in.
Samantha.
Oh, yes, you're correct. Samantha Hike is coming in. And now we've got a pause as Jody Bentley, the third base coach, is going to come over and talk to the umpire for a potential change. And I don't know if he didn't make the change in his rule book, if that was Jody, because nobody changed on base. They're not changing the batter at the plate, which is Samantha Hike, so I would assume that maybe he forgot to sub it in as official scorecard. I really have no idea, but either way, after Belly came over and talked to the umpire there, we're going to get set for a 0-0 count with 2 outs.
So bases loaded, 9-5, your Chargers lead. Here's the pitch, swung at and missed, strike 1, 0-1 count. So now that we have runners in scoring position.
That was like a cross between a slap and a swing right there.
Yeah. Looked like she ran forward in an attempt to slap, but she swung completely at it. And
what's interesting, Nathan, is I'm looking at the way she's holding her bat. She is choking up on that near the actual metal where the tape ends.
Almost as if she's going to slap, but it looks like she's just going for the full swing the way she's acting. But
well, that umpire has a liberal outside corner, especially against these left-handed batters. Against the right, not so much.
Here's the pitch.
Swing and a miss.
Strike 3.
So that will do it. 1/2 inning left to go. The Chargers lead by 4. This is Austin Fox and Nathan Weaver versus CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
And we're back. Start of the 7th inning. Casey Kirk out there with a 4-1 lead, looking for the save. She can get it right here. Only 3 outs away and leading by 4. The Chargers have a chance. First pitch fouled away by Haney. She gave up 2 more runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the ball gets some mud on it.
0-1 with a little bit of a muddy softball.
And we'll go ahead and change it up. So 0-1 on Kayla Haney.
I think
All right. Really, this is where if you're the Chargers, get it done. Don't let up. Here's a sharp grab on a rim chisel. Over to first to Molly Collins. There's 1.
Good job from Maddie Rimschickles. Ball came right to her, but she didn't make the mistake of dropping it. Once again, she threw it right over to first for a nice out. And I got to say is Casey Kirk's done a really good job the last few innings and trying to end it here for the Chargers. As she's kept the lead up to 9-5. So here's a ground ball over to Rimschickle. Back over to first for the 2nd out.
Oh, that was quick. 2 quick outs. Chargers only an out away and leading by 4. As coming up is Morgan Chilton, and she has struggled today. She is 0 for 3.
But defensively doing a very good job for the Knights today.
No, absolutely. She's doing an excellent job in the defense, but the Chargers, who lead 9-5, Casey Kirk facing off against somebody who hasn't had a hit yet tonight, with a chance to win it here and get the save. First one, high. The Chargers do finish out with the win tonight. Of course, the win will be given to Kristen Johnson. And Casey Kirk will be credited with the save. She came in. So there's a ball.
A couple of accuracy starting to go down this. With this going against Shelton.
All right. Oh, quick 2 balls. Let's get the game over with right here. 2-0. Outside 3-0. As always, CSBN would like to thank you listeners who listen to us and make all of this possible. I'd like to thank Nathan Weaver, who, even though he described me as goofy, has a ball 4. I think he is just as goofy.
This is a true statement.
Morgan Chilton gets a walk down to first to bring up Heather Sterrett, who's coming back in. She was subbed out in her last at-bat for Kate Runyon, and all of a sudden, 5 straight pitches out of the zone. Come on now, let's settle down and get this out. Go home, enjoy the nice weather outside.
Watch the NFL draft, possibly.
The second part of it. Of course, a lot of people a little upset that Cam Newton ended up going for a second pitch strike. Concerned about the way he throws, and we'll see.
Well, I mean, they already. Let's go back to baseball and softball. Let's not get us started.
Well, it's 2-1 on a pitch that looked like it was a strike. Maybe these umpires want to keep the game going on. I'm not really sure, as it's now 2-1 with 2 outs and a runner on first.
Seems like that Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. They push the button and the game keeps going.
Absolutely. 2-2, 2 outs, 2s across the board. In fact, it's that is number 22. So I'm looking down at the bottom screen. I've got 5 2s facing me. Number 22 at bat with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 2-2, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Game over. And the Chargers will go home tonight with their second victory in 2 days. And they win it 9-5. Austin Parks and Nathan Weaver back with your post-game show in just a moment for CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Austin Parks for your post-game show tonight. Going to go ahead and get over with a few stats here. The Chargers gave up 3 runs in the top of the first, and it looked like it was uh-oh time, and possibly the Chargers were going to go away with a loss, as it was appearing to be a long day for them after they gave up those first 3 runs. But have no fear, the rest of the game is still yet to come. Bottom of the first inning, Chargers add 2 more runs, and Molly Collins and Ashley Unger both scored to give them to bring their lead within 1. And then second inning, after Kristen Johnson put 2 runners on with nobody else, the Chargers fight out of that, don't give up any runs. And then Danny Snetterline hits the home run all the way out into
Brian Hand. It was Brian Hand with the home run.
Yes, Brian Hand out with the home run. And all the way out in the right center field.
We got to say the player of the game today?
Well, they'll get there, Nathan.
Okay.
Hit that one all the way out into right center field to give the Chargers a 4-3 lead, and after that the Chargers didn't look back. They would go on to score 3 more runs in that inning to take a 7-3 lead. The Knights would come close. They would add a run in the 4th and a run in the 5th inning, but eventually the Chargers added 2 more in the bottom of the 6th to give themselves a 9-5 lead, and that's the end of the scoring tonight. Player of the game, Casey Kirk, no question about it. She got on base enough times. She did score, and she also got the save tonight. Nicely done all the way around. It was definitely a team effort for the Chargers, and absolutely a great game on a gorgeous day, because this one had suspense all the way down to the very end. So for Austin Fox, Nathan Weaver, and CSBN, we're saying so long from the Dean R. Gorsuch Athletic Center. Have a great rest of the day.
You've been listening to Chargers Softball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.